Hi everyone, welcome to MSUNN Yoga and Wellness. I'm Dr. Melissa and I'm super excited that you're here because we are going to be going over 6 poses to help with any low back aches and pains or tightness that you have going on. One thing you might want to grab before we get started is a yoga block. No worries if you don't have them. You could use a book, or if you've got a chair nearby, that might also be helpful. So go grab your mats and let's do this. Okay, so before we get started, there are so many things that could be causing any aches and pains or stiffness that you've got going on in your low back. I find the one thing that can be super helpful coupled with the movements and poses that we're gonna do is our breath. When we're in pain, we automatically hold our breath and keep everything super tight. So as we're moving throughout today, really try to tap back into your breath. And it's not a big, deep breath coming in like this. You want to think of that 360 degrees, gentle breath. Breathe out into the rib cage, relax that abdominal wall, breathing out, and then at gentle exhale, let it come back in. It's amazing what just 60 seconds of breathing can really do. It can help calm our nervous system if we're stressed out, and it can help with back pain. So as we're moving, keep trying to remember to breathe into the rib cage, and we'll get started. So you want to start, we're going to start in child's pose. You're just gonna let those arms, they can be out in front, or maybe they're resting down by your side. Your head's getting heavy, so maybe they're by your side, and you're just checking in either position, just seeing how you're feeling. Noticing what's tight. You can also bring those knees out so they're a little wider, and just sink the hips back. Press the palms into the ground to really sink it back. Nice gentle breath in. Remember that 360 degrees, we're breathing out. Exhale, let it go. Just take one more breath, kind of noticing where everything's at. Exhale, let it go. And then you're gonna inhale, pull yourself, come up. So we're gonna move in and out of that child's pose. So you maybe wanna walk your hands out a little bit in front. We're taking a nice breath in. Exhale, sink those hips, push it back. Inhale, lift, come up. Exhale, sink those hips back. Let the head get heavy. One more time like this. Inhale, come up, press into those palms. Maybe you come just a little bit more forward, and then sink those hips back. Listening to my knees crack. Okay, we're gonna gently move the hands over towards the right. Reach through those left fingertips. You might feel more of a stretch down that left-hand side. And then from here, just a little inhale, unweight, and you can move as far or as little as you want. It's just starting to create a little bit of movement. Sink the hips back down, reach through those left fingertips. One more time on this side, inhale, come up, and just notice how this side feels compared to when we're gonna switch to the other side. Good. Then walk those hands over towards the left-hand side. Reach through those right fingertips, sink the hips back, notice the stretch along the right side, and then you're gonna inhale, lift, come up. Exhale, sink those hips back. Inhale, lift, come up. Exhale, sink your hips, coming back into that child's pose. And just pausing for a second here. See what you're noticing. And then inhale, lift, come all the way back up. Okay. Next, we're gonna come into a little bit of rotation. So if our back's feeling tight, there could be tightness somewhere else. So we're gonna work our way up into that mid-back area. You're gonna stay into that little child's pose with the feet, and then walk those hands out in front. And you wanna be pushing into your palms like you're trying to push away. You're gonna take a nice gentle breath in. Exhale, take that right arm, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Don't force it, just be very gentle, and then exhale, bring it back down. And then we'll switch. Press into the right, inhale, lift that left arm, come up. Exhale, bring it, come back down. Good, press into the left, twist, and notice how far you can go on the right side compared to the left. Maybe where you're feeling the stretch, left side compared to the right, and you're using your breath just to ease in and out, and you're not forcing. It might feel more comfortable for you to keep your gaze down at the ground. You're just gently stretching from side to side. trying to loosen up that mid-back area. That can have an impact on our low back. Good. Let's do one more each side, staying with the breath that we talked about at that beginning. Nice gentle breath in. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. Next stretch, we're gonna head towards our hips. If your hips are really tight, those also have an impact on our back because of their connection. So having nice open hips can be really helpful. This is where you might wanna use your blocks, or if you're near a chair or you've got some books, you can take your right leg. Let's step our right leg out in front and kind of scoot that left leg back. And then you're gonna start to maybe heel toe that right foot out towards the side a little bit. And then this is where you can use those blocks, or maybe you even have a big exercise ball and you just kind of put your hands down on those. And you're trying to let that right leg kind of go out towards the side as you walk yourself down. Maybe your hands touch the ground and you can come down and open in this position. Maybe you can come down on those elbows, but you're trying to relax that right hip, let it go out towards the side. Just kind of meeting your body wherever it's at, not forcing it, just gently trying to ease in and use that breath. You can also take the back of your left foot and drive the back of the left foot into the ground. You might feel more of a stretch in the front of that left hip. I'm all about getting as many parts as we can, working on our mobility with one move. And maybe as you're holding, you're easing into it. When we're holding, we're not holding our breath. Breathing into that 360. Then you exhale, gently let it go. Good, take another nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Awesome, you're gonna come all the way back up. Bring that knee back up, walk yourself back up. Then just take that right leg, reach that right leg back. Maybe kind of rotate the leg from side to side, just stretching that out. Right knee comes in and we're gonna switch. So that left leg's gonna come out. We're coming into that lizard. So sink that right knee back, get yourself set up. Maybe walk that foot out on the left a little bit. If you've got your blocks, your chair, your exercise ball, kind of whatever you need so that we can open up those hips. That left knee is just gonna fall out to the side. You're driving the top of your right foot into the ground and just easing into it. And notice if you have one side that you feel like you can go a lot further than the other side. Just noticing those imbalances, left side, right side, and trying to balance them out. Just a nice gentle breath in, breathing out into the rib cage, breathing into that back rib cage, keeping that breath out of our chest. And as you're loosening up, maybe you walk yourself down a little bit more. And you're not forcing anything, you're just gently easing your way into it. Awesome. We're going to take one more breath in here. Exhale, let it go. And then just gently walk yourself, come back up. Take that left leg, sweep that left leg back. Maybe just kind of shaking it from side to side. All right, next, this is one of my favorite stretches. It's great for so many different things, but our goal today is, again, working on our hips to take some tension off of our back, and we will also get a little bit of our back into this one too. So I want you to take your feet and just walk them so they're wider than hip distance apart. Press into your palms, lengthen up through that chest, and just drop your knees to the left-hand side. And see how far your knees go down. You may notice you have a harder time on one side than the other. So on this right leg, we're working on that internal rotation of our hip, which is usually a lot common with the back. And then this is that external rotation, getting that leg to turn inward in that front hip. Then just gently bring them back up. Use your breath and we'll sink over towards the right-hand side. Keep those hands behind you, press the hips up and drive the knees into the ground. And if your legs don't go all the way, just hanging out here is totally fine. You're still working on that mobility. Just kind of honoring where your body is at. Use the breath, gentle from side to side. And that breath is what will help ease you into the poses that we're working on. It really makes such a big impact, even if you're just practicing your breath throughout the day. Trying to keep it out of your chest. Fire up that diaphragm, really helps with low back pain. Good. Now maybe the next time we head over towards that left-hand side, those knees come down. You can stay here if you want, or maybe you take that right arm, reach your right arm behind you, reach through those fingertips, keep pressing the knees in towards the ground. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Maybe reach through those fingertips just a little bit more. Next inhale, we'll sweep back through to center. Bring those legs over towards the right-hand side. Take that left arm, sweep your left arm towards the back. Reach through those fingertips. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, take one more breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come bring yourself back towards center. Now we're gonna come into opening up those inner thighs and our hips again. So if you have a wall, maybe kind of scooch yourself up against the wall. You definitely don't need one. But the wall gives you that little bit of feedback. And we're gonna walk our feet in towards our hips, just going as far as you feel comfortable. Try and get that back nice and flat against the wall. When you're breathing, keep that chest nice and relaxed. Hands come to those inner thighs and just gently press the knees down towards the ground. You may notice a difference from one side to the next. And you're just breathing in here. And then even with the breathing, you can feel when you breathe into that back rib, you'll feel that pressure against your back up against the wall. Just gentle breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Sink those hips just a little bit more. And if it feels like too much pressing on them, you can just let the hands rest and let those hips open. And if this is really uncomfortable in this position, you can always lay down on your back and do the same thing with your feet and open up those inner thighs. There's always a way to make a certain stretcher pose work for your body. Good, nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, we're gonna take one more breath in here. Exhale, letting it go. And just gently bring those legs back up towards center. And scoot those legs out in front, coming out of that. So we're coming into our sixth pose, our last one to help out with any back pain. We're gonna come up to standing. We're gonna work on a muscle that's on the side of our back. It's called our quadratus lumborum, QL for short. It's way easier to say. So I want you to press into your feet. This muscle helps with bending to the side, and when both sides are working, it will help you with back bending. So pressing into those feet, what I'm gonna have you do is take your right leg, just bring your right leg back behind that left foot. You're gonna take your left hand to your hip and take that right arm, reach your right arm all the way up overhead. You're gonna bend over towards the left side, but then just gently rotate your body towards the ground a little bit. You're pressing into your feet. Keep pressing that left hand into your hip. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, one more time. Reach through the right fingertips, press into those feet. Exhale, let it go, pull yourself, come all the way back up. And then we're just gonna switch to the other side. So take that left foot kind of behind your right, and you can have a big stance in between your feet. That will help out with your balance. Right hand comes to that hip. And then you're just gonna take that left arm, reach your left arm all the way up overhead. Reach through those fingertips and then slowly, gently turn your body to face the ground. And that'll just change the pull of where you're feeling it. Nice breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, we're gonna inhale one more time each side. We're gonna take that right foot. Let's bring the right foot behind the left. Press into those feet. Left hand comes to your hip, right arm reaches up overhead. And if balance is still a little tricky, you can always take your hand and just put your hand up against the wall. You can also use that to kind of help push and get into that stretch just a little more. And with the stretches, you're being gentle, so it's like 75%. You're not reaching for like 125% having this big crazy stretch. Good, inhale, lift, come back up. And then one more time, take that left foot behind. Press into the feet, lengthen up, right hand comes to your hip, left arm reaches all the way up overhead, stretch through those fingertips, and then maybe you gently turn that chest just a little bit down towards the ground, feeling a nice side stretch through the left. And again, if you've got a wall or something nearby, you can hold on to that as well. Inhale, lift, come all the way back up. Place those feet back down. Just take a nice breath in, lift the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring those hands back down towards heart center. And just checking in, seeing how your back feels now after those movements. I hope you enjoyed those 6 poses to help with low back pain. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And remember, it's about the breath. So breathing is that most important thing so we can use our whole pressure system to take pressure off our back. When we're in pain, we hold and brace, and that just makes it worse because it's increasing the pressure in our abdomen. We also hit and targeted our mid-back. If we're in this position for a long period of time, it puts a lot of stress on our low back. So opening up mid-back can be really helpful. And then really opening up our hips can be super helpful for any low back pain that you have going on. So again, any questions, leave them down below. I'm happy to help out. If you want some more information on upper and lower body mobility, I'll put a link down below. Check it out. It is my upper and lower body mobility exercises. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Namaste.